Alright, so CIS280, iOS development, mobile app development, Professor Chuck Conkle. First of all, I'm going to go over how to get around the RVC Eagle course website. When you log in on the left side, you have home, which is going to have a breakdown of week by week all the way down to the final week. For week one, new student, or week one over here. On the top here is the time and place of the course meeting at 7:30. My information here, phone, email, course navigation, training for RVC Eagle Canvas if you need it, syllabus link, open lab times will be coming tomorrow, uh, Facebook, Twitter links. Encourage you to like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, live chat, course documents, and course discussion. On the left side here to navigate, on the left is announcements, which give you a breakdown of the announcements that are posted each week. Recommend checking these often. Modules gives you a snapshot of the viewable modules. This top portion, course documents, gives a breakdown of course resources. Right now, only it's opens week one. And this gives a global view of all of the pages within the week. Syllabus gives a breakdown of due dates coming up. Grades give your grades. So let's go back to home. I'm going to click on new student, which is going to go to week one task. You'll follow the instructions here. When you're done, you will reply with I've completed below, and then go next. Fill out the About Me. Post your answer, reply to at least 2 others. Click Next. Submit your UDID. In order to run the apps you need to create, we're going to need the UDID of your iPhone or iPad. Here's the steps of how to get the UDID from your iPhone or iPad. Just follow these steps. Give them to your family or friends that you want to help test your apps or to create an app for during the semester. And then you'll submit below the names of family and friends that you shared the above steps with. Next, you'll read chapters 1, 4 through 7 and download this cheat sheet. I'll go ahead and click on this to show you what it looks like, the external online text. Just recently came out. You can actually purchase a PDF version of this textbook if you want to. Otherwise, you can just view it as we're going to view it this semester in an online format. It's by Techotopia is the publisher. And they just recently came out with this iOS 8 Application Development Essentials. While that's loading, I'm going to go back. This download here is a cheat sheet, basically giving you shortcuts to Swift and the language. So here is the iOS development text. It says here, as I mentioned earlier, you can purchase a full edition for $14.99 or print edition for $37.99, or just view it as we're going to here this semester online. So you'll read chapter 1, You don't need to do 2, 3, but 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chapter 4 is a guide through Xcode 6. 5 is testing apps on iOS 8. 6, introduction to Swift applications, Swift playgrounds. 7, Swift data types, constants, and variables. And here's a cheat sheet, basically giving you a quick reference of a snapshot of items used a lot in Swift. Class implementation, methods, creating and using an instance, enums, declaring variables, flow control flow, string quick examples, array quick examples, and dictionary quick examples. Next. This is a PDF of week 1. Look over that. Next. Podcast, like a 5 or 7 minute podcast on creating a Swift app. Next. We did this in class. I had you submit your Swift playground. Should already be graded. Next is your take-home assignment. You'll click here and then click the download zip file, which should show up here on the right side of the screen. There you go, download zip. Once you download the zip, you'll uncompress it, start Xcode, browse to the myplayground.playground from step 2 where you uncompress the file. You'll go over the examples in the playground document, follow the instructions under the exercise. The exercise, I'll bring it up here, looks like this. So you start at the top with some variable examples, putting things together, using a print line, and then finally ending up with a mini exercise here on declaring variables and combining them using a println or print line. Once you're complete with that, it says here to export this playground file. Make sure you compress it before you upload it to week 1. Next. And that completes week 1 module. Now we'll go over some of the notes we went over in class. Basically, went over some of the apps that have been created in the App Store and by students. We watched a video on Make an App for That. LRVC being the first community college to have an app course. Went over some top paid apps, top free apps, course navigation, weekly breakdown of reading and doing, in class discussion, exercise, and lab work. Discussion 7:30 to 8:15, exercise 8:15 to 9:15, and lab work 9:15 to 10:15. Work on assignments, final lab project. You're not required to stay on 9:15 to 10:15. It's up to you. Definitely during the final time where you're working on your apps, definitely worth hanging out. Homework assignments are always built upon the in-class exercise. Starting weeks 4 and 5, you can apply your homework assignment to your final app, and there'll always be an online discussion. Week 1, we're just playing around with Swift Playground. 2, we'll go into variables. And week 3, getting around Xcode. We will also in week 3 be giving out iPad minis for those of you that do not have an iPad. You will definitely be able to take one home here and to play with it this semester and be able to install your apps on these iPad minis. We went over Introduction to iOS and how the language that we're going to be using this semester is Swift. It's ran upon Mavericks platform using Xcode 6.1. To test the apps, you must have a developer license. We are going to be using what's called the iOS University Developer License. You can begin development without an iOS device like an iPad or iPhone because Xcode does have a built-in simulator. You cannot begin development, however, without an OS, Mac, and Xcode. The language we'll be using this semester is Swift. Screen size is very important because phones and iPads are compact in nature. TV format of iPhone and iPads, specifically iPads, have changed over the iteration from 480i now to current 1080p. Because memory is limited, you need to make sure and avoid allocating more memory than is available. We'll learn about that this semester. Since people see only one screen at a time, it's best to utilize navigation to the best of your ability, and you'll learn that as well this semester. Only one application is visible at a time. And most users of mobile apps do not want to read through a lot of help, therefore making your app very intuitive and easy to use. You can create multiple types of app for iPhone, iPad, web, and hybrid. Web pages compatible through Safari, no Flash is available. 3 different application types: productivity, utility, and immersive. Productivity enabled task on the organization and manipulation of detailed information. A mail app is a good example of productivity. Utility app, simple tasks requiring minimal user input. A weather app would be a good example. And immersive could be such from playing a game, performing a simple task. Example here, a bubble level app as a level, virtual level. So think of an app like you would that you would want to develop for free or for fun, any topic, for sale. Check the App Store to first see if there's any similar apps out there. Study to see if you can do better. Try again for a new idea. Just a word of wisdom, there's nothing new under the sun when it comes to apps. Most all apps are a morph of an idea, added utilities, added features. So it's okay to start from a foundation from an existing app and build upon that. After hearing about these types of apps, think about a type of information your application displays and task it enables. In theory, the type of application you should create is obvious to you and you're ready to get started. In practice, it's not always that simple though. So it's good to talk to your friends, talk to your classmates, and you'll have time to do that in the next couple weeks. The 80-20 rule, let's talk about that. Focus your iPhone app or iPad app on the features that meet the needs of the greatest number of people. 80% of the outcomes from 20% of inputs. 20% of code manages 80% of business in a business app. 20% of total productivity of a software developer produces 80% of results. 20% of bugs fixed in an app makes 80% of software bug free. Again, focus your applications on the features that meet the needs of the greatest number of people. We went over the in-class exercise on Swift, showed you how to upload it. Due by next Monday, create an Apple ID with your RBC email. A few students were having issues creating an Apple ID on campus. So I suggest creating the Apple ID off campus. Complete the About Me. Submit your UDID and those in your household, family, and friends that will be maybe testing your apps. Submit their UDID as well. Follow the steps in week 1 modules. And finally, the Swift application you'll finish for your take home. Next Monday, no class. Campus is closed. Course will be online. I'll be emailing you instructions by Wednesday. Week 2 will be open by tomorrow morning. And watch podcasts for week 2. It'll be posted by Friday, and I will email you when it's done. Let's have a great semester. Apologize for my voice. It's going out. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email or you can chat. I suggest trying the live chat first. I'll go there real quick. Try the live chat first. And if that doesn't work, you can text or call or leave a voicemail or email me. Again, let's have a great semester, and I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you more. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.